Darcy's Corner. I'm not sure where this is going to go. It's probably going to get posted. It's August 29th, 2021. It's Sunday, and I just got back from church. Now, I'm a Latter-day Saint. I became a Latter-day Saint um, before I knew I was transgender. And there's a very good chance, had I known I was transgender, I never would have become a Latter-day Saint. But I did become one. And they haven't excommunicated me yet, but I'm sure they're thinking about it. um, but honestly, though, my congregation has been wonderful. Um, they have been, they use my correct pronoun. And the one lady today, we had a real heart-to-heart conversation, and she was just like so apologetic. She's like, I'm used to your dead name, and so I'll probably still call you your dead name. I hope you'll understand. But she really was kind, and she really was just like explaining her own hang-ups. She wasn't judging me for anything. And what I told her was, I appreciate the intent. The fact that you, and she said, you're my friend. I'm your friend. I want us to keep being friends. I'm glad you came to church today. I hope you keep coming back. So that's more important to me than whether or not she happens to get my name right. I mean, some of those people have known me for almost 20 years now. And for the majority of those 20 years, I had a different name. And honestly, when I decided to transition, I was not certain that I would be welcome with the group anymore. But that was just a price I had to be willing to pay. And it upset me for a long time. I spent many days very upset because I wasn't sure how that was going to go. And if you're an involved member of the church, and I definitely was, I'm a convert. No one else in my family outside of me and my daughter, technically, and my wife are members. But anyway, I was a very active member. I went to a lot of barbecues and firesides and did a lot of church activities, and I loved doing those things. I loved the acts of service. I did. We would put skirting on a person's trailer or something, or we would help a person do their landscaping because they just couldn't do it themselves. It was too much for them. And because a lot of these people are older and or retired, or they're just trying to get by, some of them. The one lady had moved to a rented trailer, and the person who owned the trailer had bought the materials to put the skirting on it, but couldn't be bothered to put the skirting on it. And she was afraid her pipes were going to freeze that winter. So my church, myself, and 4 or 5 other priesthood holders and some of the kids got together, and we did her skirting for her. We didn't want any money. We didn't ask for any money. The majority of us were not skilled tradesmen. Some of us were. I'm a skilled tradesman today, I guess, or tradeswoman, but I wasn't then. But we put the skirting on her trailer, and her pipes didn't freeze that year, and I felt pretty good about that. Today, I was in church, and everybody was kind to me, and they made like funny comments about my dress, matching the furniture at the church, which was true. And it was great. Like, almost everybody used my preferred name, and even the one lady who was kind of not inclined to use it just because she had trouble associating that name with me and remembering it, she was still so kind. And I love her children. I taught them for many years in Sunday school. And I went back today, and of course it's been a pandemic, so I haven't been there more or less for a year. Most people haven't been there for a year or more because of the pandemic. And so I'm seeing some of these youth that I taught in Sunday school, and boy, did they get big. And they're all kind of growing up on us. But I'm so grateful that I'm still a part of the community and that they still I'm grateful that I felt welcome. So that's my Darci's Corner. The world is changing for the better for many of us. I know for many it's not. And I feel sad for those who've lost their community or lost their faith. You know, every member a missionary, and even as early or late as last night, I was talking to a coworker about my faith and why I believe what I believe and the different experiences I've had. And she was genuinely interested. Now, I wasn't trying to convince her to become a Latter-day Saint. I was just trying to help her understand why I became a Latter-day Saint and why I still have the faith that I have. I don't agree with, obviously, everything in the church, but there's so much of it that I do agree with, and there's so much of it that I am grateful for. It's sometimes hard to hold on to the parts of your old life that you liked and still be consistent with your new life, especially if parts of your old life say your new life isn't supposed to exist. I don't know what I don't know what holds them back. I don't know what's stopping the church from moving forward like it should. But it is moving forward. There's a transgender section now in the gospel library that they have. And it's not very enticing or welcoming to me or my kind, but it very clearly does not condemn us, and it acknowledges that we exist, which is for them, for us, a huge step forward. Anyway, I'm glad I have the faith that I have, and I'm glad that the church members that I know, anyway, have integrity. And when they said, might get emotional, when they said that they were my friends, they meant it. When they said we love you for who you are, they meant it. And what more can you ask? Anyway, this is Darci's Corner. Don't know who all's following this journey, but nice to have you along. Darci's Corner, out.